Man of the moment, Mr. Timothée Chalamet.
What's up, Edith? What's up, Edith?
I got the wonderful Monica Barbaro with me. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Fogler joins me now.
I am here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now joined by Edward Norton. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
the BFI.
Hi, everybody.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I was going to offer you my gloves because your hands have got to be cold from arriving on your bike tonight.
No, all good. I'm hanging in there. How you doing?
I love that for you doing that.
I like the polka dot shirt.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You're
I don't
spilling
need them.
cards.
I don't need them.
Okay.
I don't need them.
Fuck 'em.
Listen, congratulations
Thank you.
on this film. It's an extraordinary and brilliant
Yeah.
and beautiful performance.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, when it was 5 years ago, we've had a big time since that you said yes, but what made you say yes? What was the thing that you wanted to jump in and commit to this character, this story?
A tremendous artist, Bob Dylan, someone I look up to hugely. Someone who was as impactful in the United Kingdom as he was in the United States. And somebody who was a dream to play, dream to learn his worldview. And it's something I hope, I'm excited to see young faces like myself in the crowd, because I want this to be a bridge to this kind of music, So very happy for everyone here, and I'm happy this movie's finally coming out in the UK.
We're excited. Yeah. I believe you had a really interesting scenario, though, when you were recording one of the live performances, where you had an old schoolmate
That's
who was
true.
in the crowd.
Charlie Baker, old friend.
Distracting.
Yeah, Yeah, how dare he? No, yeah, man.
Nice to see familiar
Yeah,
faces.
he hasn't reached out either. Charlie, hit me up, man.
Yeah, exactly. James Mangold, just the most wonderful storyteller, believes in heart, believes in getting to people's truth in their story.
Yeah.
What does he give you as a player in terms of the freedom to explore a character with you?
James is an actor's director, I hope you see it in A Complete Unknown. You definitely see it in Girl Interrupted. And, I was hoping that was going to happen. Logan,
Oh, man.
Walk the Line. Indiana Jones, so he's a master.
You can do it all. How many songs did you learn?
I'm still learning. You shall see.
Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We got a guitar over there. No, I'm joking.
Oh no.
Yeah. Did you love that part of it? Did
Absolutely.
you love the commitment to learning new skills?
Yeah.
And being able
I can rip
to...
a harmonica now.
You are
yes.
crying out for someone to turn up with a harmonica or a guitar.
ready for it.
Go
I'm ready
for
for
it.
it. Yeah.
And then just before I let you go in, this wonderful ensemble of people that you
Yeah.
have to play with in this film, whether it be Elle, Monica, Edward and stuff.
Yes.
How important is that for you to have a kind of a scene partner that you've got that opportunity to play off each other? And what did they give you for this
the
film?
best. We had the most talented cast. And for those that haven't seen the movie yet, Elle Fanning and Monica and Edward, boy, they're incredible. We actually got an incredible cast. This isn't like movie PR bullshit. Like, we worked our asses off on this. This movie's well worth it. It's easy to talk about because Bob Dylan's easy to talk about. In the movie, I don't want to be overconfident, but we really did our job.
Yeah, you nailed it. You absolutely smashed it.
Thank you, Edith.
And I want to finish by saying, and I know that you didn't meet Bob and you didn't kind of talk to him about it, but James very much kind of had him kind of, around him.
Yeah.
To know that he gave it his blessing, did that mean something to you going into this?
Yeah, absolutely. It would feel totally strange to work on someone's life who's alive and well if they didn't want you to work on it. So a big thank you to the tremendous artist that is Bob Dylan. And I hope we did him justice,
You absolutely did.
Yeah.
It's great to have
Thank
you
you.
here.
Thank you, Edith.
Enjoy your
Sweet.
night tonight. It's great to see you. The wonderful
Thank
Timothée
you.
Chalamet!
Appreciate it. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
You look
How are
beautiful.
You? Thank you. So do you.
I want to say huge congratulations on your very important part on this film to kind of really give us an insight into this extraordinary human being. What was the appeal to play Joan for you? What did you want to why did you want to play her?
I mean, I'm a huge admirer of Joan. She's a legend. She's an incredible activist. She has a beautiful voice, and both singing and just, her message in the world has just been one that I align with so much. And she's inspired so many people, and it just kind of was a no-brainer.
The relationship was complicated, wasn't it? But it was interesting and something that still is a relationship. They're still, they're still friends.
Yeah, what relationships aren't?
Exactly, yeah. But was that kind of a fun part of the character and the relationship with Timothy, both in terms of them as individuals, but both as them as performers as well, and what that kind of allowed you both to play with?
Yeah, I mean, it's so fun to get to play so much relationship within a song.
Yeah.
And to perform together, sing together, hear our voices together, our guitars together, and then also get to represent so much history between them while performing a song like that. I mean, it's a treat.
Well, I think that's one of the many wonderful things about the film is that we all know or have heard these songs in our lifetime, but we're getting the chance to see them in film as they were being created and written. So they're almost another script within the script in a way as well, which tells us a lot about the relationships and where they are at the time.
Yeah, and I spoke with Jim when I first got the role and was given, the full script to read. I told him that, the lacing in of the poetry that Bob wrote within the script is just so beautiful, and it works so seamlessly from song to, speaking dialogue scenes, and it's just that's not an easy thing to do, and I think Jim just did a beautiful job incorporating all of everything at once.
Not another easy job is singing and playing guitar, and you do it so effortlessly. It's brilliant.
Thank you. I'm glad it looks effortless. That's great.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? It's kind of got to be, it's another limb that I'm kind of,
Yeah, totally easy. Yeah, no problem.
But was that, I don't know, it's like that thing where you walk away with new skills from something. What a beautiful thing to have to learn for a job that you now have.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things about acting, to get the skills that we get to take on, and then we get the best coaches in the world, and get to spend hours and hours working on things like playing guitar, and we call it work, and it's just such a gift.
What was your reaction when you saw the film for the first time, when you got to watch it?
It was incredible. I mean, immediately I was messaging with the other actors, Ed and I, spoke, and Elle, and I'm just so proud of everyone in this film, everybody, and I think it's just brilliant performances all around, and Jim just has some incredible scenes that I love the recording studio scenes. Yeah. I love when it's Pete Seeger's television show. That's one of my favorite scenes. Yeah. It's just full of so much and so many beautiful moments that I didn't get to see while I was filming because I'm not a part of, and just everything I think works in this movie. I'm so proud of it.
That line that Elle delivers as well is just
the spinning plates. Yeah.
Sucker punch.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. And she and I barely interacted working on this movie, just highs in the trailer, and so we were just gushing about each other after the fact, and
amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it again. I didn't want it to end when I watched it for the first time. It's so great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Enjoy
for doing
tonight.
This.
Thanks, Monica. Thank
Thanks.
you. You got the Dylan sunglasses on ready. So feeling the vibe.
Lots of lights here, bright lights.
Listen, congratulations on this film. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, very honored to be in the vicinity of this film.
Where did your journey start in terms of your prep for this character and kind of finding out as much as you could about him?
When did I start prepping for this?
Yeah, I mean, Albert's interesting because he's in the docs and we see him. But what was your kind of research diving into your interpretation?
I got cast a couple months before shooting. I mean,
wow.
It's the whole spectrum. Like Timmy had 5 years. Some people had
Hey, you didn't have to learn guitar though.
I didn't have to learn any of that.
Sing.
No harmonica. And I had a lot of reference material, like all the documentaries. Albert Grossman shows up, and it's odd that the manager would have so much screen time, and I was like, great homework to do there.
Yeah.
And so that was very informative. And then I kind of, went the metaphysical route with it. I did a lot of animal work. Yeah.
Oh, animals, Albert.
Albert, I was like, he's like a polar bear. I was like, in my mind, I was much taller. Wow. And he was like this kind of guy who was like a teddy bear, and gathered his clients and then would protect them viciously.
He's always looking. He's always kind of got like maybe
He's
eyes in the
making-
back of his head in a way, where he's kind of like, yeah, I'm watching you, Joan, but I've also got an eye on
Oh,
Bob
yeah.
over here, kind
Oh
of thing.
yeah. He was collecting, and he was just basically surrounded by all this talent, you know.
Wow.
And he couldn't go wrong. It was, you know, fish in
Yeah.
a barrel, basically. And so then coming on set, I was like, you know, Dan is in awe of all of this talent. I am surrounded by it. So I was like, this is, once I got over my nerves, Albert was an easy part to play.
Well, you know, in terms of that, you know, 2 months before filming starts, these guys have done a lot of rehearsal, preparation.
Yeah.
What was it like for you as Dan to witness their performances, you know, in terms of those live performances, hearing them sing and watch them play? I mean, what was your kind of, what were you expecting? What was the reality of that? Did it blow you away?
Well, you walk on set and you're like, okay, is he gonna do it? You know? And then day one, he's doing it. I'm on set and I have to, you know, there's Timmy. Where have you been, my blue-eyed son? And over and over. And I'm like, my God, he's doing it. They yell and cut. He's walking off stage, and he is Bob.
Yeah.
And I have to whisper to Ed, he's doing it. I was like, that was me on the day one, just being like, oh my God, is this happening?
It's amazing performance.
Yeah.
It really is. It's so, like you say, it's Bob, but it's also Timothy's version of him.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I mean, you imbue it with your own life experience, and it's an amalgamation. But he did this beautiful balance. And when I say balance, and I say he was in character, he wasn't like, call me Bob.
Yeah.
Any rumors like that are total bullshit.
It's just focused.
He was super focused, and then, by the way, he was a total sweetheart. Like so many times on set where I'd walk out, I'd be out on the balcony, and he's like getting some air, and I'd be like, oh, you know, sorry. He'd be like, no, come out here, you know.
Yeah, come
the air
on.
is for everybody, and he didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And he did, and so that balance was just, I'm so impressed with him.
And the captain of the ship, Mr. Mangold.
Yes. So impressed with him. My God, I mean, here he is, a guy who's, you know, films I love, and then one of them is Walk the Line, where you're just like, okay, we're in good hands here. You know, he's done this kind of thing before, and he introduced me to Johnny Cash with that movie. Listening to that album over and over again. And so I've never been on a movie where we finished in June, and here we are, and it's award season. Like, you know, it's like, what? Wow, I've never been on that kind of machine before. And you can see that, okay, he was steering this from day one. That kind of vision was just, you know, a brilliant spectacle to be around.
Well, you've all created something really special. It's so entertaining, but it's so emotional as well. So huge congratulations, Dan.
My pleasure.
Thank you for being here in London to celebrate, and enjoy your night. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right.
Hi,
So
guys.
excited about this film. I mean, it's been a long time coming for us. We've been very excited about A Complete Unknown come to the UK.
Yeah, good.
Good.
You have to make penance for being the ones who booed Bob Dylan.
Well, yeah, again, we've got a lot of
Yeah,
ground to catch
boo.
up for sure. But there's a connection here with him, and there's so many people excited about this film. Also, a lot of people who will not be aware of Pete Seeger.
Yeah.
And it's lovely to get the opportunity to introduce him and his legacy and his
Yeah,
world
I
to
think-
the audience.
I think a lot of people have lost. I think it's great if people get re-immersed in Dylan and Pete and Joan Baez and all of them, because they were remarkable artists and they had a lot to say about the times they were living in, and they were passionate people who did great work, and if it gets people tuned back into them, then we've done
and
great
inspire them as well, you know,
Yeah,
as individuals
yeah.
to create and say something as well.
Yeah.
What was your knowledge of Pete? What did you know about him going into this?
I knew he's like Gandalf to us. He's a person who's artists, especially artists in New York, know
Yeah.
who Pete Seeger is and was, and you know, and there's funny lines. I know Bruce Springsteen, and Bruce loved and knew Pete Seeger, and I've gotten to know Billy Bragg. And Billy was very tight with Pete. So hey, what's up?
Hey.
What are you doing?
This man's got a cold. Don't get too close.
Good tip. Thanks.
I got it from Timmy.
Sorry, total distraction. But I love, everything about this film was about your guys' interpretation of these people, of this time, of these relationships. And there was something special about this relationship between Pete and Dylan. And it had its challenges, it had its journey.
Yeah, I think they, I think there was a deep, abiding, mutual love and affection that endured.
Yeah.
And I think, Dylan's like lots of people. They love their parents, but they grow up and they want, they want to carve their own path. But it doesn't mean you lose the love or you lose the respect. I don't think they ever lost love and respect for each other. But
it's a great way to describe
growing pains.
it.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the banjo for a second?
Yes.
Love-hate relationship.
Love-hate. Yeah. As a guitarist, she's a fickle mistress, the banjo.
Oh,
fickle
I
mistress.
like that she's a she.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Because my knowledge of the banjo comes from Billy Connolly, who I don't know if you're aware of, is a Scottish comedian.
Billy plays banjo well? Oh,
amazingly
wow.
well, yeah.
Steve Martin, too. Why do all the comedians... Steve Martin is an incredible banjo player, yeah.
I mean, is it a funny instrument?
Maybe.
Was there something that was, I don't know, that you took that was a great seed or a great piece of knowledge that you learned in your research and prep that kind of helped you with your interpretation of this man?
YouTube. I mean, YouTube is great. In 2024, an actor, YouTube is your best friend if you're playing someone real because you can find everything.
I loved watching you talk about this moment, something you'd learned from Joan Baez, which was about him.
That's a good. Yeah,
He's not a hugger.
No, not a hugger. Very reticent, but none of them were. I don't think Dylan was much of a hugger either.
Yeah, I had a bit of a Pete non-hug moment with Timothy. When he came,
went, oh.
Yeah, you've got a cold, stay away. Listen, congratulations
Thanks so much.
on a wonderful
It's great
performance.
to be here.
Great to have you. Ed Norton, everybody. Thank you.